Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymox, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. Off the wrong one. There we go.
There we go.
How's it going,
Hey.
everybody? What's up, Jamie?
What's up? I'm just getting the last of the links posted out.
Ooh, cool.
What's up with you?
No, chilling. Wolf down my dinner. I got a cool beverage. Looks like dark beer, but it's just iced tea with no ice. There. Now I can see the chat. How's everybody doing tonight? Wednesday evening. This wonderful, weird Wednesday evening.
I was trying to think of like a traveling word that started with W, like for you, like on this wonderfully like
Warbly.
warped Wednesday.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you get to chill.
Yep. Spent most of my afternoon at the doctor's office or the dermatology office or the x-ray imaging office or the clinic that was an hour away office. Yeah. I was talking to another friend of mine today, and he was like, man, does it just seem like when we get to this age, we spend most of our time like doctor's appointments and back and forth? I'm like, yeah, it does seem to be that way. He's been in the hospital just as much as I have. We were running a tight race there for a while as to which one was spending more time in the hospital. Hopefully, I'm done with the damn place.
Well, yeah, if you can like keep up with your preventations and be on like the medications that you need to live.
Yeah, I got a new one today. Oh, Tesla, a 14-day treatment initiation pack.
So what
Don't know if I want-
happens? Like your body has to readjust each time to each of these like things that they just use like a guinea pig. Like here, just do this till then, and then shock your
Well,
body back into injecting this.
yeah, the way she explained it to me, I was like, I said, the Skyrizi works. I know it's not good for me, but it works, and I didn't have a bunch of crazy effects. Unlike this stuff,
You had a regimen that was working for you.
Yeah, but I don't want it to affect your heart. And
We have a shitload of these samples.
Yeah, at that I hadn't been in to take the TB test or some other test I had to take. So for some reason, that medication, like when I originally was taking it a couple years ago, I did a test and it came back positive, but I didn't have any symptoms. And they did another test apparently, and it came back.
Oh, like you were a carrier, but you weren't symptomatic.
Yeah, but the other one came back fine. And then today, I asked her to look it up, and she's like, it doesn't say anything in your records at all about it. So she sent me to get a chest x-ray today just to double check it, which I left her office and went right next door to her. And for some reason, they were like, oh, yeah, we can get you in right now. Well, right now meant an hour and a half from now. But anyway, I got my chest x-ray today and got the results back. And they said I have aliens inside. We don't know what this is, but it looks like alien eggs. No, I have.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. I have mild particulates in my lower lobe of my lungs. So I don't know exactly what that means, but it looked like it wasn't a big deal. And the main thing that says is I have degenerative issues with my, like, yeah, no shit, I know that.
Oh, yeah.
That's why my back hurts all the time.
That's why you move it or you lose it.
Yeah. Yeah, when they arrested me with this disease several years ago, my doctor at that time told me, yeah, you got to keep moving, or by the time you're 60, you're going to be wheelchair bound.
All fused up.
Well, I'm past 60. I'm not in a wheelchair yet, so I must be doing something right.
You're doing a lot right.
Although some days I feel like being in a wheelchair. I felt pretty good the last few days, though. Changed my diet a while back, and I'm starting to come out of that funky phase where, Thanksgiving and eating the stuffing and the carbs and this and that and the sweets and shit got me all screwed up. So I haven't been eating any of that, and I feel better. So just going to keep that up. Started losing weight again. So yeah, the degenerative disc disease. It ain't for the lighthearted. Didn't really get any better. Yeah, fibromyalgia. Can't ever say it.
I have a low thing of that fibromyalgia, nerve damage. So we're like scratching down like that. even if the cat scratches, it would hurt like kind of normal, but instead it radiates and burns and hurts for like hours
Yeah.
in like searing pain.
Yeah, that's the main reason I started playing disc golf. You know, I played last week. I play in a league, and man, I played like complete crap, and I was just like getting really discouraged. I'm like, why do I even fucking come out here?
To keep moving and doing it.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'm like, I just
You don't
wanted to,
have to win.
I wanted to pack my shit up and just go home. And I'm like,
You
no,
just have to play and enjoy it.
that's the lazy man's way out. I'm not going to go home and sit on the couch.
No.
So I just kept playing, kept walking, and kept playing. I'm like, I started this to get exercise. Damn it, that's what I'm doing. I'll slowly get better.
Because that's not you. And if you go home and sit down, you would get back up and be like, F that, and go back out.
Yeah, I don't know. The way I was feeling, I would have probably sat down and just took a nap.
You go out the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, if I play all 26 holes, I usually come home and get something to eat, sit on the couch, and turn the old YouTube on and watch a video. And then I'm like, all right, yeah, this is cool. Nod out for an hour or two. But every day, it was like today, you know, I left that imaging center and then I had to take Darcy to work. And then I had to drive down to Palm Coast, which is like, I don't know, 45 minutes away. I was leaving that place and I looked over and there's a hair place. And I'm like, is today the day? Or I just walk in there and say, just chop all this shit off. I'm tired of messing with it. But apparently today wasn't the day. Still got it all here. So
Oh, I just read about something natural the other day too that they say is like really good. I have to go back through my screenshots.
yeah, I bought some new shampoo. I got the biotin shampoo. Yeah, I know about that not being able to turn your neck thing, turn your head. That's like as far as I can turn my head to the left. And to the right ain't much better. People are always like, you hurt your neck? I'm like, yeah, like 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with your neck? It
Or if
hurts
you have
like,
to look like behind you when you're driving, you literally have to go like this with your hand and
yeah, I got
push your head back to look.
yep. Yep. It's like, oh yeah, turn your head to the left. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Swivel the chair. Hmm.
I was looked like fire on the wall over there. I was like, what the hell's going on?
That was on fire.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's up with my hair. You know, stress, antibiotics, anesthesia, heart attack, heart surgery, giant hole in my leg. All that shit adds up to more stress. And then being on hardcore antibiotics, yeah, my hair is just like it used to be super thick, and now when I put it in a ponytail, like a regular hair tie, I got to like double it, triple it, quadruple it, 5 times it just to hold my hair because my ponytail is like it's just like a little rat tail now. I'm like, my hair's so thin anyway. Like not, I mean it's thin, like falling out thin, but I got real fine hair anyways. So when it does get tangled up, it's a bitch to like brush it out because it's so fine. And I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't have much patience anymore.
Yeah.
I was watching a video about that, and the guy was talking about, yeah, if you've been on a lot of antibiotics and different drugs and stuff, and you're on blood thinners, it screws with you, and like you become irritable real easy. I'm like, yeah, that's me.
No shit.
Like that's definitely me. I just yeah, I don't have patience.
Because it messes with like your chemical, like with certain chemicals that affect your mood.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to be just chill about everything. Nothing bothered me, and now
You were like the most chill. Well, like you had your like flip the switch moments, of course, but you were the most chill.
yeah, now my switch flips a lot easier. There's no click left in it.
There's no click left. It
It's just
just
a free falling.
the wind blows.
Yeah. Oh, there goes the switch again. Oh yeah, I'm all cool. Fucking shit. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Oh wow. Sherry had TB as a child. In a TB, she was in it as a child. I had TB as a child, was in a TB sanitarium for 18 months as a toddler in the late 60s.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah,
And she had the fibro and everything.
yeah. My first test, well, not my first, my second test came back and it said it was positive. On the upside, my hepatitis test was negative. So I guess that.
Sending, sending you love and energy.
But yeah, I don't have any like
That's good because that's scary and that's liver and everything.
my doctor today was like, "You do you have any symptoms, or do you have like night sweats or this and that?" She's naming a bunch of stuff. I'm like, "Nope, nope, nope, nope." She's like, "Are you coughing a bunch?" I'm like, "Only when I was sick, I had a respiratory thing. I was coughing my brains out, but since I got over that, no." Only when I smoked the crack.
Oh God.
Uh, so who knows? I don't know.
When I smoked the crack. Oh God.
You see that thing about Andy Dick
No.
saying there's video and there's pictures of him. He's like ODing on the sidewalk out in Hollywood somewhere.
Andy Dick?
Yeah, but he was doing an interview not not too long ago, and I didn't hear it, but everybody said he was heavily intoxicated. He's like, I just smoke a little crack every once in a while, but supposedly they had to hit him with Narcan, and I'm like, well, crack doesn't react,
Oh, no kidding.
so who knows? Then they said, oh, it was just a publicity stunt, and I'm like, when did ODing on the sidewalk become a publicity stunt?
When you're that of a D-list celebrity now that
Yeah, you got to do
you have
something.
to fake your own overdose. He said he needed Narcan for a crack overdose.
Well, yeah, he said that somebody said he was smoking crack, but yeah. Then they said, oh,
But I thought that was just for like
yeah,
opiates and stuff like that.
yeah. Unless it's got fentanyl or something in it, but who knows?
Well, if it has fentanyl, it ain't gonna work then.
Yeah, who knows? Oh, it's just a publicity stunt. I'm like, well, you're just a.
You're just a lousy human being, you little worm. I always thought he was a little worm. Can't find the high emoji for it.
Yeah, them opioid pain meds, they're hard to deal with. I mean, they work, but I try not to take anything like that just so I don't get to where I want more. They work good until they stop working, and then you take more, and then you take a little more, and then you want a little more.
Used to do a little, but the little wouldn't do it, so the little got more and more.
Yep. Mr. Brownstone.
Just kept trying to get a little better than before.
Yep.
No, then it just doesn't work anymore. And it's like, what's the purpose? You gotta just wean off that shit.
Yeah, I was listening to a dude talking about Chris Farley. He was like, man, I seen that dude like tweaking hard. It's like, I'd never seen anything like that before. It freaked me out, man. Yeah. Yeah, I just can't see. I don't know, man. I'm just different, I guess. I don't know. I guess everybody has their thing. I can't understand though when you have like if I didn't have any money, it seems like I'd want to get more like higher on something just because, you know, I got nothing. But if you got all that money, you can do whatever you want to do, man.
Yeah, you don't just want to sit around and lay in your mansion and look at your big TV and order DoorDash and smoke out of like a $3 glass bong and eat, delivery gummies all day long. I mean, maybe one day a weekend, a month, but
Yeah, man, I'd be
for the
like,
most part, you want to get out and go do some stuff.
yeah,
Maybe
if I had
that's a recovery day.
I had that kind of money, man, I'd be in a boat fishing, doing something, flying kites.
Flying some, like going somewhere like exotic and eating lunch in the most beautiful place overlooking like the most beautiful landscape that when you watch these housewives get to go on their trips, the most beautiful places you can imagine with food you can't even imagine. It's like unbelievable. And they're fighting and then they're throwing tables and food and people are looking at them and they're getting kicked out and people are trying to eat their food and then they are wearing it. It's like, man, you just destroyed all that, for a dumb fight just because you can't control your emotions. you know
Yeah.
it's like I would just be like all up in that opportunity. I'd be screw all you guys bent over down the beach looking at seashells and
Yeah, there's just so much shit I want to do. If I had that kind of money, yeah, I mean, I'd be going here looking for sharks' teeth and fossils and fishing and going on surf trips and going to just to see it, just to experience it.
diving and snuba and scuba and
Let's go here to see the sunset.
snorkel. Yeah, let's just go here and just chill. And
Yeah, I have some people that I know that are well off, and they've done that, but they've been so screwed up along the way that they don't remember half of the places where they went to see the sunset. They're slept for
no,
3 days.
you gotta have to be able to remember, like,
Yeah, what's the point,
and if you get like a big RV or like some sort of like really cool RV, so it's like a house and you're like going to all these spots, or like a really cool setup van with like whatever you need. I mean, shoot, I used to live in my Durango and camp out in it with a hibachi and an AC converter, for like blenders or whatever I wanted. And then I would just like make little shish kebabs outside, and um, it was like a big bed back there. I had a little TV back there. Everything I needed. Open
Yeah.
the hatch. Summer new every day. But if you had like a bigger RV, it's even better. And you just go like all around, and every day you wake up somewhere different.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
And take advantage of what's around, like mineral wise. Like if there's like haunted land around, if there's certain minerals to go hunt, like you really gotta, because you don't know when you're gonna be there again. Of course,
Yep.
see how to take advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to take advantage of, try to do something every day, you know, because hell, tomorrow ain't guaranteed. I know that for a fact. I could have died 3 times by now. I don't have that I'm invincible feeling anymore. I'm like, I could die. I have that I could die feeling a lot now.
Yeah, like the oh shite.
Oh shit, I better wear clean underwear today. I might die.
I really do better wear my clean underwear in case. Let's see vlogs. Now I'm trying to get into.
So Sam and me were walking around the graveyard the other day. We went there and then we went and checked it out. We hadn't been up there in a while, and then we went to the one where my mom's buried at. And I'm walking around the one cemetery, the old one right down the road from my house here, and I'm looking at the graves, at the markers, and I'm looking at one of them like, damn, this dude died 31 years before I was born. I'm thinking, damn, that's pretty wild. And then I go over just like 15, 20 feet away, and I'm looking at another one, and I'm like, damn, this lady died 131 years before I was born.
Wow.
And I'm like, what happens? Like, is there going to be people like walking around the graveyard, 100 years from now going, oh, Rob Archer here, when he died such and such a date. Yeah. And then that brought up the discussion that we were having of,
You're gonna be cremated or not?
yeah, if you get cremated, Sam was like, well, if you get burned up and you don't have a thing, nobody's going to ever know you were here.
Yeah, you're just gonna be like ash in the dust in the wind.
Yeah. And I was like, well, yeah, that kind of, not that I'm important, but damn, I'd like someday somebody would say, hey, this guy used to live here or whatever. But then I'm thinking, I'm like, well, fuck, I'm dead. What's it matter if somebody comes across my grave site 100 years from now? So it left me in this dilemma of like, does it matter or does it not matter? Does it just matter to me or doesn't matter to me at all? I don't know. Now I'm confusing myself. But I'm like,
You have your surfboards and all that. That's gonna like carry you along.
yeah,
You don't have kids to like pass it to,
yeah,
but still, it's like you still are somebody that existed and was part of all this crazy world.
yeah. Like I'm walking around. I kind of.
At least have your urn buried or something somewhere, or
I mean, it's a
in
weird.
some sort of like a crematorium, one of those boxes.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I've always enjoyed walking around in cemeteries, looking at headstones and reading stuff. And it. I mean, I like try to respect. I mean, I know those people aren't there. Yeah, maybe their bones or whatever is there, but some people are like, oh, there's nothing in a cemetery. It can't be haunted because there's nothing there. I don't agree with that wholeheartedly, but it's just like a memorial type place. I mean, that's where their body was buried. There's maybe bones there, whatever.
And when they do see their family is over there, they might run over there to chill with them.
Yeah. But I've always had this fascination of just hanging out. Even since I was a little kid, I'd hang out in the graveyard.
It's a quiet place, anyways. Even if their bones aren't there, there's so many spirits everywhere in every corner. Like, they can only be so many places. Like, I would want to go chill in a nice, quiet park where there's not a lot of people to screw with me
Yeah.
and get in the way.
Yeah. I mean, I was just sitting out there the other day, and I'm like, yeah, this is nice. There's some squirrels running around. There's birds everywhere, you know, trees, and it's kind of nice here. Like, shit, I wouldn't mind being buried here. Uh, Weird thoughts when you're hanging out in the graveyard, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, would it matter to anybody if, 100 years from now, people are walking around, and they see a gravestone with your name on it? Or, if you don't have one, they wouldn't see it and they'd never know you existed, maybe. I don't know. I always hear that
And then
one
you see like Bezos and all the stuff that they're doing to immortalize themselves.
thing. Sherry says, there's always going to be weirdos like us. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, who knows with those people? They don't want to die. They want to live forever and be, you know, put a statue up of me. I want people to know who I was 1,000 years from now. I mean, really? Who gives a rat's ass? Does it matter? You're not here now.
Yeah, unless you've got this crazy lineage that you like care about, um, that you think is going to survive like that long.
Yeah, I
It
don't know.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, like I say, there's part of me that was like, well, damn, I'd like, somebody to like 100 years from now go, oh, yeah, this guy used to be here. I don't know anything about him, but yeah, that's where he's at.
Well, that's why I want to take you to that column. I can never pronounce it. The Columbine, whatever it is, the Ash House in San Francisco that has the picture boxes I told you about.
Yeah,
That yeah. So you're like looking at dioramas, kind of like what the people are into, and you know you get to really get to know who the people are. But you can put like an urn right inside there. A lot of people have little urns, like even if like they kept a little bit of your ash and kept it in there, or just like a tiny bit and put you wherever they put you, you could still have a box because you're still a human and part of the population of, they've got the elite, elites and the big people and all that, but they've got the foundation people
yeah,
that people are going to be curious about, like the commoners and, the workers. And they're like, that's Rob Autry. And they're like, oh, wait, he made surfboards and did all these other really cool things.
he still owes me $20 from my great 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 grandfather. Yeah,
Generational wealth.
yeah. Some people, freak out about cemeteries, like, ugh, that's the last place I'd ever want to hang out. But yeah,
There you go, Linda.
yeah, I kind of like them for some weird reason. Don't know.
What?
Cemeteries, just
Oh
like,
yeah, I do too. I always have, like, that's where I started getting the weird nicknames as like a kid and people junior high and younger high school, Satan, Elvira, just like weird names because
yeah,
I was just chilling, at the cemetery smoking cigarettes with my friends, and sometimes we had the Ouija board, sometimes we had the book of Necronomicon. Who knows what we were doing, but
yeah.
we were always doing something. But if not, we like just to chill there. just go out there and smoke.
Yep. Yeah, like when this is takes, they say it takes 2 generations and no one talks about you anymore. Yeah, 2, 3 generations, whatever. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you know, yeah. I mean, I see that thing goes around every once in a while on Facebook or wherever. Talking about you know the house that your dream home that you worked so hard for, that you worked yourself to the bone to pay for. Like somebody else lives in it now. They don't even know you existed. it's like it's like, yeah, well, damn, that kind of sucks, but man, that's the way it works. That's the way it happens. What are you gonna do with it? You're gonna live in it now? You're dead. Sucks. When you're young, you never think about being dead and this kind of weird shit. I don't know. Maybe you start thinking about it when you get older. But yeah, I used to think, oh, I'm invincible. I'm not gonna die. But then you come to a realization of like, man, we're all gonna fucking kick the bucket one of these days. Walking around in the cemetery, I'm like, am I gonna have one of these places one day, or am I just gonna be dust in the wind in the ocean or something? I don't know yet. Hmm. But yeah, like all your prized possessions, and if you have a house or a car, or whatever it is that's like your prized possession, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, is anybody gonna know what it was or anything? It's like, damn, that shit can be depressing. You start thinking about it, but then you just, I don't know. I'm like, well, there it is. So it is. It's weird. I still go to the graveyard right down the road where all my family's buried at, and I just go by there and talk to them every now and again. Like, hey, what's up? Miss you. Hang out, talk to them for a bit, then leave. It's weird. There was a lot of people at the cemetery the other day, and there was three tents, with the fake grass that covers the hole and everything, and chairs all out. There was 3 people getting put in the ground that day in different locations in the cemetery, and then there were several other people that were walking around. And then there's that one part of me that every time I'm at the cemetery, Sam and me were walking around, and she's like, "What is that?" And we were like looking through this wooded part, and she's like, "Oh, it's a person on in the other cemetery walking around." And I can't help it. It always comes back. It always brings back that memory, that old black and white movie. They're coming for you, Barbara. Night of the Living Dead. They're coming for you. Look, I think I see one now. uh, I'm the weird kid, I guess. Just walking around in the cemetery thinking about Night of the Living Dead. uh,
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
that's me in the graveyard. That's what I was telling Sam the other day. They're coming for you, Barbara. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I just scare the crap out of the kids at the park.
Oh
After
yeah.
playing hide and seek. When I say kids, I mean pubescent boys that are 13, 14, 15.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've been to the cemetery at dusk plenty of times and
Hmm.
had some strange incidences there.
That's
Been
some
to
of the
the
best time.
been to the cemetery at 3 o'clock in the morning too, which is always weird. Anywhere. I was talking to some people the other day. They were tourists, and they were like, "We always see everything about St. Augustine, and they say it's haunted. It's the oldest city in the United States." I'm like, "Well, it's the oldest continually occupied city in the United States." So there's a couple other ones that are actually older, but they're like, "Well, where's a really good haunted place?" I'm like, "Take your pick. It's all haunted. Anywhere you go, it's haunted." See over there where they're digging up the road and working on pipes. See those fences around it? Yeah, that's probably because they found dead people buried under there. Yeah, we were out. I was with Heather and Steve one night, and Heather had a tour, and I was with her, and we were looking at a place where they, were doing road work, and they had found bones and stuff, skeletal remains, and they had it all, fenced off. We were just standing there talking, doing the tour, and these other tourists came up and they were like, oh, they were asking about it. I'm like, yeah, they got it all fenced off here because they were working on the road and they found human remains, and they were all like, they thought we were kidding at first, and then they were all like, we're gonna move along.
We're gonna move along.
We're gonna move along.
Nothing to see here.
We were one night, we were out just cruising around. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we were over on Magnolia Avenue where I grew up, and there was a house at the end of the road that they were redoing, and it was in a pretty disheveled state of affairs at the time. And actually, in the let's see if I can pull it up real quick here. There's a picture. Let me see. It's in the. Well, here's the house. Let me see if I can share it. I took a picture of the house, and it came out really cool. And it's in the opening thing for the show. This is the house right here,
Oh yeah,
and
the creepy moon.
yeah, and we were hanging out kind of at the house. I had one of my ghost box things going, and I had taken some pictures. That picture right there
Ooh,
is you see that
that woman's face
yeah, kind of weird mummy looking face in the window.
almost has like red lip.
Yeah,
Actually, it has like two different angles that could be a face.
yeah, and that window, it's one of these windows. There's some windows right here, and there's some more windows over there, and it was one of these windows that I took that picture at. And anyways, it's like 3 in the morning. We were out there. There was Heather and me, and maybe a couple. Maybe Steve was there, and I don't know. There's like 4 or 5 of us. Sam might have been there, and the cops come pulling up, and they're like, "Yeah, what are y'all doing?" And I'm like, "Why do we look? You know, look like do we
Suspicious
look
to
suspicious
you?
because it's 3 in the morning and we're hanging out in the middle of the road?" And he's like, "You guys are ghost hunters, aren't you?" Yep.
What makes you think that, Ossifer?
He's like, "You ever have anything weird happen?" I'm like, "Yeah, all the time." And I showed him that picture on my phone, and he was like, All right. Y'all have a good night. I'm out of here. He was like, he was done.
No
He was like,
kidding.
I'm done. I'm out of here.
Wow.
Yeah. I got another friend who's a cop that, I asked him, I said, hey, you're always out patrolling late at night, I said, do you ever come across ghost hunters? He's like, dude, it's St. Augustine. Yeah, of course I do. I'm like, all right, have you ever experienced anything weird? And he's like, yeah, I have. He like didn't really want to talk about that, you know. Yeah, I come across ghost hunters all the time, blah 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 blah, Have you ever experienced anything? Well, yeah, sorta, kinda.
Probably when they've had to like watch like a certain area or go through a certain area and they're just like da 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 and then something like crazy just happens and they're like, oh damn.
Yeah, this cemetery is another one it's not near my house here. This is actually one. There's like 5 within a mile of my house here. This one is actually kind of a ways away, but I have.
I love them under that tree like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's a really cool one. It's kind of out in the country, and yeah, I got a bunch of friends that are buried out there too, and I've seen some strange things in that cemetery. That picture right there, that was in my grandparents' house. That's the steps going up to the second level, and a long, long time ago, my aunt and my mom, their sisters, whatever, and my uncle when they were young, they all slept up there. And my aunt, who died at 100, her room was all, if you go all the way up these steps and across the floor, her room was kind of in the back right there, which if you're looking at the house, it was up in the front of the house, up top in the front of the house. But she stayed up there until, gosh, she was in her 90s before she actually moved downstairs, because the stairs are really steep, kind of tall, steep steps. And she just got to the point where, she was like, I'm going to fall and kill myself going down these.
That railing don't even look very
Now,
secure.
at this point right here, when I took this picture, the house was in really bad shape. Yeah, that banister was like something that you didn't want to hang on to for any safety reason. And the steps and the floor up there they were getting really raggedy and kind of rotten, and it was a bad thing. This house now, though, God, do I have any pictures of it? I don't think I have any. I have them. God, I don't know where they're at. I only have 10,000, 11,000 pictures on my phone. But the people that bought this house, my mom sold this house, and she had to split the money with her brother and her sister. And I don't know, she sold it. I think they got like 285,000 for it or something. And the people that bought it were going to redo it, and they realized, holy shit, we bit off more than we could chew. And they were an older couple. So the people that lived next door got to be friends with them, and they worked on them and worked on them and worked on them. And they ended up selling the house, and the people that bought it were going to redo it. And the way the city is here, they were going to tear it down and just build a new house, But the city was like, no, it's a historical building. You can't tear it down. So they got caught up in all that. And meanwhile, the people that lived next door, they worked on them. Finally, they ended up buying it. And they have done, they said they had a $500,000 budget to remodel this house, and they said they have gone way above budget. now. But what's cool is the house that I grew up in. When my mom sold that one, it's over by the Fountain of Youth on America's most beautiful street. Um, the people that bought that, they redid it, and they put a shitload of money into it. I have no idea how much, but I mean, I wanted to live there, but there was no way I could afford to, fix the house the way it needed to be fixed. There was a lot wrong with it, and they,
This wasn't the house with the upside down furniture.
yeah, that not this one,
Okay.
but the other one I'm talking about. Yeah, that's the upside down furniture house, and the people that redid it. Let me see if it's still online. The thing about my grandparents' house here, the one with these old raggedy steps, these people put a shitload of money into it, and they're trying to keep everything as original as possible. I mean, everything's new, like all new electrical, all new plumbing, all new everything, walls, everything. I mean, they gutted this house. It was like a skeleton, and they've redone it, but they've tried to keep everything as original as it once was, which I thought is pretty cool. I drive by there a while back. Darcy and me were in the car, and I was looking at it. I'm like, damn, it's kind of sucks. Like, I mean, I grew up in this house. It was my grandparents' house. I spent a lot of family time in this house. My whole family spent a lot of time in this house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it kind of sucks that it's gone. It's it's being rebuilt. But at the same time, I'm like, it's cool to see it basically with a new life because they're, like I said, they're trying to keep it as original looking.
Because it's something you wouldn't have been able to do, and it might have just started to rot away. So
Oh yeah,
it kind of needed like the change.
yeah,
It was time for the change.
yeah. Like the other house that I grew up in over by the Fountain of Youth. Yeah, I mean, I wanted,
served you guys well at the time.
yeah, I wanted to live in that house. I'd love to live in it now, but like I said, I just didn't have the money. I mean, it would have taken $500,000 to fix that place. The way
it's like my most beach house I want. So no way, no.
Yeah, so but the way they rebuilt that house is nothing like it used to be. Like at one point I was like, damn, I want to go in there and look at it. And then when I actually saw it, I was like, I don't even want to go in there because it looks nothing like what it used to. Let me see if it's online still.
Kind of killed that curiosity of like if the nostalgia or the stuff was still there.
Yeah.
When you saw like, oh no, it's been different. It's not gonna be like what I was hoping it might be.
Yeah. This is it now. It's like it kind of, shape, everything's the same. It used to have, a balcony around. There was, this was a porch up here.
Why'd they take that out?
And the porch downstairs was all enclosed, and it was up, the floor was up a little higher. This used to be my room right up here. And, I could open the window and like crawl out. And this was actually my mom and dad's room, or my mom's room. And there used to be a door right here that led out to the outside upper porch. And like I said, it was never enclosed. There was just a railing around it. But yeah, I used to all the time, raise my window up and just crawl out there at night and like hang out on the porch at night. And up here was the famous attic that was creepy as hell.
That's heck of cool.
But the
I
inside,
love seeing that.
yeah, the inside of it is
I've been getting all sorts of like inside pictures lately, like with stuff you've been posting and good old stuff lately.
yeah. I've been posting. I found this
Hey,
box of
Berry Hut.
pictures, so I've been posting a ton of old surf pictures and stuffs. Built in, it doesn't have a date when it was built. I thought there were some interior pictures of it here, but there's not. Well, if there are, I don't know how to get to them.
Was there like a scroll button at the top?
Don't see one. You used to be able to. I guess when it was for sale, it says it's off market now.
What if you like copy and paste the listing into Google and then say like photos?
It was weird. Friend of mine and me, like before they did all this, I think I told you about this. This room right here, where these two windows are, this is the dining room, or well, I don't know what it is now, but it used to be the dining room, and this door just led into the living room of the house, which was a huge living room. And like I say, this was the dining room. Anyways, we went here one day, and we went up on the porch and looked in this window, and in the dining room of the house, this back wall back here, from the very front of the window all the way to the back and probably out several feet, was stacked up with huge crystals, like tons of quartz and rose quartz and all these crystals. I'm like, holy shit, man. I've never seen so many crystals in one place. And they were like big chunks of crystal.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I never went back to find out what the deal was with that. I don't know if the people that own it now would know anything. I mean, surely they would know something about it because it was in the house that they bought. It had been sold at that time. It hadn't been redone, but yeah, I mean, like big chunks of crystal. Like
What type of crystal in particular?
I saw rose quartz. There was a bunch of clear quartz, smoky quartz, and I'm talking like pieces as big as a basketball.
I wonder if they're using it as like protection. So they had like
And there was like hundreds of
Asian
pounds.
families, like Jeff's mom, she had like this a whole lot of like rose quartz and all this, like the big boulders of it, like brought in as like a protection and prosperity type things to the house.
Huh. Oh, here we go. These might have some indoor pictures. Oh, wow.
Or it could be like keeping negative energies away. It could be attracting paranormal activity towards the house.
I mean, it's still the same shape, roughly, that it used to be. This is the main door to the house, whereas before it was a porch and there was just a little glass door there. The main door was over here on the other side of the house. And that's the downstairs porch now that used to be all enclosed. Okay, there's the inside, which looks nothing like what it used to. It's all kind of like modernized in there. Like all the appliances in the kitchen are like bright blue. It's like, who has like blue, bright blue stove and refrigerator and everything? It's kind of a cool refrigerator, but I don't know, just weird, weird.
It reminds me of like my ghost box, my Tiffany box. I would like the blue.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. I don't know. When I saw these pictures, I was just like, ugh, I don't even want to go in there and look around.
Plus, my favorite China patterns are that blue and white, different patterns.
They did keep the steps kind of the way they used to be. These steps go up here and then they turn and go up. And then they go down a little hall, and then right around that hall was the entrance to the attic, which went up some really steep steps. But yeah, that story that I told, it's in one of my Weird Wednesday videos from years ago about when I was hanging out down here in the living room and our 3 dogs started whining and barking, and they all ran over to like right in here, and all 3 of their heads watched something come down the steps. All 3 of them sitting in a row, watch something come down these steps and come right out this way and go out the door. And then a few minutes later, they ran back over there, and they were all watching something go back up the steps all the way. And then they came and like got at our feet and were kind of like whining. And it was not just one of them; it was all 3 of them.
We should have like a flashback Tuesday or like a way back Wednesday where you play like a video like that
Yeah.
from one of your old ones, one of your old stories.
So I don't know. It's just like way modernized from what it used to be. Looks nothing like what it used to look like. But I don't know. If I got the chance, I'd probably go walk around in there.
Yeah.
They've turned the attic. This is the attic. It used to be the attic. They've turned it into a 3rd story, like a hangout area.
What,
I'd
for
be
kids
fun.
or like rec room or a hangout room?
Yeah. It would be fun to go talk to the people and say, hey, did anything weird ever happen in this house? Yeah, like looking at these pictures, there's Magnolia Avenue, the world's most beautiful street. So they say.
That is so awesome though, because it is so beautiful.
Yeah, these dining room windows right here. There's another story that I tell in the Weird Wednesday videos where my stepbrother was upstairs asleep. And this, like I say, this room was my mom's room. And then right down the hall on the other side of the house was where me and my brother were sleeping. This used to be my room when I was a little kid, but then I moved into the other room over here because it was way bigger. And anyway, my stepbrother was asleep
Did
up
you have
there.
a bathroom?
There was a bathroom kind of in the middle. I didn't have one, directly in that room, but I had a huge, huge closet that I used to sleep in. Like moved out of
You sleep in
moved out of
the closet. You put your bed in there?
yeah.
That's cool. So then you had the whole rest of your room.
Yep. I moved out of the little room into the big room and then moved my bed into the closet. I was a weird kid.
Did you take the doors off? And
Of the closet?
yeah.
No, I left them on so I could shut them and have my own little hideout.
The closet was that big?
It wasn't huge, but it was big enough to put a single big thick single mattress in and
And you
some
could just like go in there and then you just shut your door.
yeah.
That's pretty crazy. You slept in a tomb.
Yeah. But yeah, I woke my brother. I was down here in the dining room one morning, early morning, and we had this like, this like I say was the attic up here. And there was a big huge exhaust fan. And like you could turn that exhaust fan on and it would suck air in every window in the house. And it wasn't like, it was this huge like turbo jet fan or anything. It was just a big fan, and it worked very well. And well, like we didn't have air conditioning in this house for God till I was, I don't know. We got a couple window units when I was like 16 or something, 15, 14, I don't know. But anyways, I was down here in the dining room, and this particular window right here, I'm in the dining room. If you go in the dining room, there's a big swinging door, big heavy wooden swinging door that went into the kitchen. I was in the kitchen and I went into the dining room for some reason. There's a big, huge dining room table with chairs all around it. And I'm hearing this noise, and I'm thinking the dog is like in here, wagging her tail because I walked in there. The dog's wagging her tail, and thumping it on the chair. That's what it sounded like. And I'm like looking, and I'm looking under the table. I'm like, where the hell's the damn dog? And I'm looking all around. And I look over at this window. I'm like right in front of it. And I look, and we had those shades, that are on a roller, and you pull down those old timey shades, window shades, and you pull them down, and if you pulled them and let them go, they go flying up. Well, anyways, we had those, and they were pulled down, and one of them in this window is just like it's just bumping, like it's flapping, like bouncing against the window. And I'm thinking, well, shit, that's weird. I guess the exhaust fan's on, and it's pulling air through the window, which is making the shade move. And then I look at the window, and the freaking window is down and it's locked. There's no way air is coming through. And even if there was a crack in the window or the windowsill or anything else, the the fan wasn't on. So yeah, I look up and that window shade is like it's like bump bump bump. It's flapping around, flapping around. And I look at it, and it's like it's moving like this. I mean, it's moving at a pretty good pace. And I'm like, what the hell? And it like flips up, and comes back down. And at that point, I'm like, hell with this. I took off running, ran upstairs, like threw my brother out of bed. And when I went upstairs, I double checked the exhaust fan in the attic was not on and the attic door was closed. So there was no way it was the exhaust fan pulling air through the window. I made him come downstairs and he pretty much like went in there and saw it, had no explanation of why it was happening, and then it like stops. He's like, yeah, I'm done. We're out of here. We had all kinds of weird shit like that would happen.
That's unnerving.
Yeah. All kinds of weird stuff that would happen in that house. And nothing ever like
That's strictly to be unnerving.
Yeah, nothing bad, like nothing that ever felt really evil, like malicious. But a lot of weird shit happened that it was a cross between are they doing this to scare me or are they just doing this to screw with me?
Screw with you.
Yeah. I mean, there's
kind of a little of both, more on the screwing with, but
yeah. I mean, my mom.
And then you don't know how it would escalate.
my mom was, my stepdad, he didn't believe in any of that ghost stuff. And my mom's, she's all religious, and she would always tell me, there's no such thing as ghosts. Ghosts aren't.
She always hid it though and cleaned it up.
Yeah, they both had a freaking name for this ghost that was in the house. They used to call him George. My mom and my stepdad, they named his ass.
Well, there you go.
And something we'd hear something, oh, that's just George. I'm like, yeah, George, the George that doesn't exist, that's him, all right. Yeah.
Did she say George did the furniture or no?
No, she didn't talk about that much.
That was just like where she's had you leave, fixed it, and never spoke of it again.
Yeah, like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And believe me, that shit happened. I wasn't seeing things. I wasn't making shit up. And the same time,
That's a real life haunting episode if I've ever heard one in my life story.
yeah,
That is a real life haunting episode.
that and the one where it was just me and my mom in the house. My dad was delivering a shrimp boat to like Hawaii or somewhere. And it was just a random job. Delivering a shrimp boat to Hawaii. And it sounded like we're just hanging out one night and, watching whatever, Wide World of Sports or whatever was on TV. And it sounded like somebody started pounding on all four corners of the house, like shaking the house, like boom, boom, like the whole house. I mean, it's a big ass house, 3-story house, and it was shaking. Whatever it was hitting it so hard it was shaking. And me and my mom are like huddled in up with each other in the middle of the living room, like freaking out. And well, yeah, the next day I ran over to my friend's house and I was like, dude, did you hear? It was a girl, but I call her dude anyways. Did you hear that shit last night? She's like, what? And I'm like, my mom told me it was an earthquake. Like, we had an earthquake last night. Didn't it wake you up? And her whole family were like, what are you talking about? Nobody else heard it. Nobody in the neighborhood I ever talked to had heard it.
I thought there was a time though that you got home and like everything was like totally upside down and like you started freaking out and then like you called your mom and then your mom came home and she's like, all right, you go across the street or like go somewhere and stay and then come back. I'll call you when you come back. And then you came back and everything was like put back.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was a separate one. Separate story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I came home, everything was upside down. Like I came home from school and everything.
But then she's seen it and she's like, oh dear, okay, you go.
I called her. She was at work. And I called her. I'm like, Mom? I said, everything in the house is upside down. She's like, what do you mean? And I said, I mean everything in the downstairs living room is upside down. The rugs are upside down. The furniture is upside down. The coffee table is upside down. The pictures on the wall are upside down. Like everything in the living room is upside down. Opposite of the way it should be. Everything is upside down. And she was like, get out of the house. I'm like, no question in that. I'm gone.
Is that when you guys heard the running across? Oh no, the running across is when you guys were huddled.
That
when you heard the running on the ceiling.
Yeah, that banging thing, that was a completely different time, different story altogether. But yeah, you'd hear footsteps in that house all the time. Like I took my friend, the girl that's in my band, her husband, when I used to work for them at the t-shirt place, he asked me, this was like, when the house was up for sale, and it actually, I think it may even have been sold, but it was still in, really bad shape. Nothing was fixed. Still a bunch of shit in the attic and everything. And I had a key to get in, and he was asking me about it. And I was like, yeah, let's go over there tonight, after work. So, yeah, we went over there. He's like, I don't believe in any of this ghost stuff, man. You're always doing these ghost videos. I've never had anything happen. So we went in, and we weren't in there 5 minutes, and you hear this like upstairs, like directly above us. He was like, what was that? And I'm like, that's the shit I'm talking about, man. I said, either that was somebody walking across the floor up there, or a big ass raccoon got in the house somehow and was running across the floor up there. I don't know how, because the house is all locked up. And he was like, you hear like, you hear stuff like that all the time. I'm like, yeah, man, that's what I'm telling you. I think he believed me a little bit more after that. It was a really weird night because not a lot happened. We went up in the attic, which even at that point, that attic scared the living shit out of me. I don't know why. Ever since I was a kid, maybe
You just had that gut instinct.
yeah, maybe it's because my dad died up there, had a heart attack, and died up there. I don't know,
Oh,
but and at one point in my teen years, I would hang out up there a little bit. We had a room up there that was, we had all those black velvet posters on the wall, and
but you never felt weird until after your dad?
well, my dad died when I was 4, so I felt
Oh.
weird, yeah, my whole life. But I just got to a point where I would go up there, and I actually spent the night up there a few times, but I was never like cool with it. And I wouldn't go up there and spend the night by myself. My stepbrother was there, so we kind of would do that. But I don't know. It was just weird. We went up there that night with my buddy, and it was as quiet could be. Like, I mean, it was eerily quiet. Like, I don't even know how to explain how quiet it was. It was like we were in a vacuum or something. And we're in an funky, old ass house. And we're in the attic. And it's full of old books and newspapers and boxes and all kinds of shit. And at one point, he's shining a flashlight around. And I'm like, sorry, nothing weird's happening. And he's like, dude, it is so quiet up here. It's unnaturally quiet. And I'm like, yeah. And he's shining a flashlight around, and he's like, I got to tell you, man, something weird. And I'm like, what? He's like, since we've been up here, I have not seen anything alive. Not a spider, not a roach,
What?
moth, nothing. I have seen not anything alive. No bug, no roach, no nothing. And we're like moving these old newspapers and shit. And, I mean, in an attic,
Is there a reason maybe why?
there was no bug bombs or anything done. There was no termite treatment, hadn't been done there in years. I mean, I don't know why, but it was kind of weird. Like I say, it was
Not
so
even like
quiet.
spiders. That's
No
weird. Like,
spiders.
even if
Yeah.
it's hot and like muggy and whatever the hell, some sort of spider would be like,
Yeah. And the attic window, that I showed you at the end of that house, it was open. I mean, it wasn't wide open, but it just had those slats in it. So it was open to the
oh, so
outside
then there
air.
was like an airflow.
Yeah. So, I mean, bugs could go in and out at will. There's nothing stopping them, but it was just bizarre. Like, I mean, it was so weirdly quiet up there. I mean, we couldn't hear any traffic noise. You couldn't hear anything, nothing. It was weird. I've never been in a place that's been so quiet. It was just like, I mean, when they say dead silence, it was dead silent up there. It was so quiet it almost hurt your ears. It was weird. It was a weird experience. But
Wow.
nothing like nothing weird happened other than the fact that we came back down out of the attic and and I even have it on video this night that when we were in there and we are like walking around in the upstairs and I say something about that door, that attic door, and it's like not 10, 15 seconds after I say it, it's like boom, 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 like behind that door, like in the stairway or something.
Oh,
Kind of like
wow.
somebody knocked on the door, and I'm like, I'm fucking out of here, dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was like, he didn't believe in any of it,
That's
but
what makes you sometimes have to pee a little.
yeah, yeah. I don't know what it is about the attic that freaked me out so bad, but yeah, it's like,
Or want to pee a little.
yeah, like it's shit like that that happens, dude. I have no idea what or why, what it is, or
Wasn't
how it
Sherry?
happens, but yeah.
For some reason, Sherry's not able to see like comments. And Sherry
Hmm.
started on her phone.
Huh.
I don't know why she's not able to.
Do you see comments over on the side if I put them over there?
Oh yeah, I see these. I see all her Facebook comments.
I don't know.
Huh. Oh, I wonder if it's because she's only seeing, because there's not that many people on Facebook, because they're mostly on YouTube. So she's probably just not seeing the YouTube comments. Though I thought you saw them on the video when you scroll them on the side.
Yeah, they should be. They should be over here on the side from YouTube, Facebook,
Yeah,
and the other
like I
one that we're
see
on.
Facebook and then 4 YouTubes. Good night, Heather. Thank you for stopping in.
See if I can go to YouTube. I mean, to Facial Book real quick. See what mine looks like.
I'm looking at mine on my app. And I just see her now, one person watching, like, because it was Heather and her and Sherry. So I don't think she's seeing everybody else's is the problem.
Well, I'm looking at my Facebook, and it just has the banner for the show up. It doesn't have the live show up. It says set up live video happening now. Wonder what happens if I click on it. Okay, there we are. Yeah, I'm looking at it, and it has you and me, and it has all the comments on the side. I don't know.
I'll just give her the link YouTube.
YouTube or the Facebook?
Well, she's on Facebook alone and not getting comments, so I'll give her the YouTube link in case she wants to come over to YouTube and where the chat is at.
Yeah. Weird.
All right. Well, should we do an article?
Oh yeah, I forgot all about those. I've just been sitting here running my mouth for the last hour. Let me see. Which window do I close? Let me close this one. Almost closed myself out of Restream.
We'll do that.
She said now YouTube's doing the same. Maybe it's just my phone. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Do the old stop and start again. That's what I usually have to do. Close out the window and reopen it. Sometimes it just magically appears.
It's a little bit. Am I going first or are you going first?
It doesn't matter to me. You want to go first? There we go. Maybe. Boom. Is that your first one?
Yeah. I credit this to my mom. She sent it to me first. And since then, oh wait, our little pictures disappeared. And since then, I've seen a lot more articles on it. I'm going to stick with the Post. They show reenactments of how it could happen. With crab boils, marrow interceptor, drop off tail. A drone was raced in jail, packed crowd, complete with a jar of Old Bay and a early for some. They're gonna get stoned and then have a feast.
I can see trying to, drop some weed in the jail. But that's like a serious, considerably large amount of weed. Like, that's not just a nickel bag,
But officers Lee Correctional Institution in Bishopville were ready and waiting, intercepting the illicit high-flying care package, which in addition to steak and the king crab legs, included 2 big bags of weed and 2 cartons of cigarettes before its intended recipients could get a hold of it. We're guessing the inmates were a little crabby about that, Christie said, communications director for the South Carolina Department of Corrections to the Post on Tuesday. The jury was confiscated or could be an investigation to find both the and in addition to the piece, a carton of menthol, Lucky Strike cigarettes, Shane's holiday Piggly Wiggly supermarket, about 80 miles away from as the drone flies. Particular drone smuggling attempt was Shane said the unmanned are an ever-present presence in the that its corrections department spent millions each year countering airborne packages of everything from cell phones to methamphetamine to fentanyl. We fight nightly battles with drones, Shane said, noting they can carry up to 30 pounds of cargo. It's only a matter of time before the technology gets to the point to where a drone can pick somebody up and fly them away. The drone pilots sometimes go to extreme lengths to camouflage their deliveries, covering them with fake turf with the grass or even trash so they look like unassuming piles of litter. And they just lift it up. The problem is so big that the prison even has a dedicated drone team responsible for spotting and filling similar areas. Thirst stain. I have to open it up again. Thirst stain amidst this particular parcel of surf and unusual.
I mean, yeah, that's not like
Yeah.
just, a little like put in your pocket bag of weed. I mean, that's like, how many ounces of weed do you think that is? That's like a lot of weed.
They were going to have it's kind of, and I start to feel kind of bad. Then it's like, no, this is prison. They don't having prison fees and all this stuff, but they're people and they just want ski and some shit. And so, like, I go back and forth with it, and then it's kind of funny, but it's kind of not because you can't do stuff like that. It's not good.
Yeah, I guess they got drone sniffing technology because yeah, I mean, like if everybody's out in the yard and you just had a drone, obviously you're going to drop these bags of weed. Somebody's going to see it. These are big ass bags of weed. They're going to be falling from the sky. Somebody's going to see it, I mean, if you want to sneak some weed in, drop a little, like a film canister full of weed.
They showed
Obviously,
demonstrations of the drones, like on the CBS thing. I just didn't want to get flagged.
yeah. But I mean, I guess they have some sort of technology that can, see drones coming or whatever. But yeah, I mean, if everybody's out in the yard and you just
No,
fly a drone over and drop something, I mean,
I read one of these articles that said this happens all the time, that there are constantly people getting by, dropping stuff off that gets missed. So they happen to have caught this one, but half the time they don't catch these people.
wow.
It's like, how do you not catch drones dropping shit onto the roofs? What are you doing?
I mean, there's a prison right down the road from where I live, not right down the road, but it's within a few miles of where I live. And, you go at the right time, you see people out, in the outside yard, whatever, getting their exercise, daylight, whatever. And I always drive by there, and it's like if you wanted to like get somebody's, something, a drone. Yes, it's going to have to be flown, and maybe they have some way of tracking them. But like, what if you just had a slingshot? You just, you know, shot a little film canister of weed over the fence. That's got to be pretty hard to see. You could even like do it driving by in a car, just shoot it out the window. I don't know.
Seriously, though.
Probably talking about it now. They're probably gonna get the knock on the door. Can we inspect your slingshots, Mr. Autry? But yeah, that's a lot of weed. Yeah, that's
That is
hard.
a lot.
It's hard to be sneaky with that much weed because
And then there was like cigars and all sorts of stuff. That I mean,
yeah,
they had like
crab legs, crab
crab
boil.
legs and steak
Damn,
and a
somebody had the hookup, or at least I
yeah,
thought.
they were gonna have like
Hey, I gotta admit, if I was in jail, I'd love to have steak and crab legs and a big sack of weed. Why not? You're in jail, but
a
yeah,
lot of
that's
people get
usually
the most high in jail.
Yep. Mm. Yeah, my brother always tells me the story of when he was in jail. There was a guy there that would do tattoos, and he had a tattoo gun made with a guitar string, and he would shave like pencil lead, all kinds of shit. He would give people tattoos.
Yeah,
Like
the pencil lead
homemade tattoo with a homemade prison
needle.
tattoo with a homemade tattoo gun made out of a guitar string and some sort of motor.
Yeah. I can't remember what the motor was from too. It was from something simple that they would take it out of.
Yeah, that's I'd take that weed. I wouldn't mind somebody dropped it off at my house. I see the thing going around now. They're trying to make it pass the law where
goodness.
you can grow, like if you have, your card or whatever, you can grow your own weed. I wouldn't mind that to be legal. I think it's stupid that you can't, obviously grow your own weed. That doesn't mean you can grow 5 acres of weed, but if you just grew 4 plants or something.
Yeah, you get like so many plants per like whatever, and it's like pretty reasonable. And then like per person in the house, you get to double it. But they're also like on their quest to try to turn people against it.
Yeah.
I need like 35 seconds to run to the ladies' room.
The ladies' gentlemen's room. Well, this one is I'll do this one real quick. Like, it's back in the news, The Conjuring House. Back in the news again. They were going to sell it, and then they weren't going to sell it, and then they were going to sell it again, and now, well, apparently now it's Conjuring House leads to a lawsuit from the owner's sister. And it says, what does it say? It says, the saga surrounding the ownership of the infamous Conjuring House has taken yet another odd turn as a new player has entered the fray with a lawsuit aimed at preventing the sale of the property. The fate of the perpetually haunted Rhode Island residence that spawned a film franchise has been uncertain over the last several months, beginning with an announced Halloween auction that was then mysteriously canceled because it was later revealed that YouTuber Elton Coetzee had bought the underlying mortgage on the home. In an unexpected but not altogether surprising turn of events, a lawsuit has reportedly been filed over what is claimed to be a clandestine deal for owner Jacqueline Nunez to sell the house to Jason Hawes of Ghost Hunters fame. Spearheading the legal effort is Nunez's sister, Elizabeth Greenhalgh, who asserts that the Conjuring House owner has come to an agreement in October, whereas she gave power of attorney to Julia DeMay, an associate of Hawes, to facilitate the sale of the coveted property to the Ghost Hunter star. The newly filed lawsuit argues that Nunez was legally incompetent and not of sound mind when she made the deal, and therefore it should not be allowed to stand. Asserting that her sister experienced various delusions over the past year, Greenhalgh alleged that the Conjuring House owner has previously told her on multiple occasions that she would never sell the property, especially not to Hawes. In the lawsuit seeking to nullify the deal, Nunez's sister suggested, thanks to the October agreement, the sale of the Conjuring House to Hawes has either already taken place or would happen soon. For this part, the Ghost Hunter star was reticent. He didn't respond to the specifics of the legal action, but indicated that it does not change the direction we are moving, and mused, it's a complex property. Transactions, particularly those involving long histories of multiple parties and filings, are always not so unusual. So has been the case for the last several months. The fate of the Conjuring House remains uncertain as to what will become of an unfolding story worthy of a movie on its own. I bet in the instance the film would be a documentary. So yeah, it's back in a limbo again. First it was going to be sold, then it wasn't. Then it was. Then it wasn't. It was. Now it's not again. So who knows? Would you guys live in the Conjuring House if you could afford to buy it? Or would you be afraid of what was conjured up in the Conjuring House?
Would you?
I don't know. At one point, absolutely, I would have.
Like stay in it for a few months as opposed to actually like move all your stuff and actually live in it?
Yeah. Nowadays, I would probably not. Just because I've had a lot of weird shit happen to me. I've been through a lot of weird shit. And I gotta say, it's nice to not have weird shit happen.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm getting older or whatever. But like, even when I went back to the cemetery the other day, like couple of years ago, I mean, I told you about that place. I had something follow me home that stuck with me for a while, and it was bad. It was bad, and it affected me in a lot of weird ways that weren't normal. And and I hadn't been there in, probably 2 years now. I mean, I've driven by it. I drive by it all the time, but I hadn't actually got out of the car and walked around, looked around in there. And when we were there the other day, there was part of me that was thinking that, like, what am I doing back here? I brought something home from this place that was very disturbing at one point.
But you feel compelled sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel anything weird there the other day. Everything felt pretty cool, and I was even standing in the spot where, like before, when I would go to that cemetery, if I would go over to the right side of it, I don't know what it was.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I would just get like this nauseous feeling. And
A lot of people, right?
yeah, I don't know. The other day, I was like, I'm not going to go over to the right side of this place. And what did I do? I ended up over on the right side of it. And everything felt fine. And then I went back to the exact spot where I was standing when I saw that big black, whatever it was, coming towards me. And, I was just standing there kind of reliving that experience. And I was telling Sam, like, it came from right there, came right at me. And those bushes right over there are the ones that moved when it left. And yeah. And we were talking. Do you remember the picture that I took from in there? It's one of the, um, above ground, whatever they're called, caskets, and
Yeah.
with that big bright blue orb over it.
Mhm.
We were talking about that. Sam was like, "What do you think that was?" She's like, "I've been reading a lot about this ball lightning and this and that." I'm like, "Yeah, but we saw that with our own, with our eyes, like, and it was just like, I don't know, it was just,
That's pretty crazy.
yeah, it was just floating around. I don't know.
That's like a ball of energy for sure.
Yeah,
This seemed like
it was weird. I found that picture again.
I know love loco. Here, baby. Ow, 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 ow. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, maybe put a trailer on it. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I had the opportunity. I don't know that I would want to live in it. Like I say,
what?
I would. Not that I'm retired from the spirit world, but I do like my peace and quiet. And that was some tormenting shit apparently going on in that house. So yeah, I don't want no part of that.
The Conjuring
Yeah.
House?
Although, I gotta
You know,
say, man, I mentioned it before. I went and saw the newest Conjuring movie, and I was kind of disappointed with it. Has anybody else seen that yet?
no, but it looks like it's out on something that I stream to where I can just watch it, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it was nothing like, the first or the second one.
It's usually how it goes, right?
Yeah. And it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good either.
This
I
cat.
expected it to be like, I expected it to be scary and like kind of stick with you kind of thing. And
Yeah.
then it was just like, really? Can't wait for this movie to be over. I don't know. It's just disappointing.
It's like the chat GPT write this shit.
Yeah.
This poor cat's all covered in coconut oil. His poor little back legs.
Like, I'm either covered in coconut oil or my old seven grandfather's oil. My doctor did say that today. She was like, "You smell very minty." I'm like, "Yeah, I do.
Minty.
Minty." Minty fresh.
Whoa, 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 love. See, and he'll just like do crazy like things and his legs, and he'll just like jump. Now he's like stuck behind my back. Oh, this is the golden erection.
Golden erection. It's like, damn, if you're going to have a golden erection, shouldn't it at least be a little bit bigger?
I mean, I was like expecting something a little bit more, I don't know, like statue worthy.
Yeah.
This was trending. Band's golden erection bringing joy to Wick. Yay. But there's the 20-foot tall man is once again the people of Wigan after previously being banned by the council. The statue, nicknamed Golden Balls, has been erected outside a vintage shop until 2022, but had to be removed after neighbors complained. It's not quite Brazil's Christ the Redeemer, but the store's owner, Grant Adamson, 60, said customers were heartbroken when it had to be removed 6 months after appearing. He has now put it back up in order to spread some Christmas cheer. Wigan Council said they were aware of its reappearance and are assessing whether they need to take any action. I think they should have given him a new coat of gold paint. He looks. The striking gold statue is of a Roman gladiator and was once used to promote the Russell Crowe blockbuster on this theme in 2000. You can now see it at Bulldog Forge in Ince Wigan, Greater Manchester. There had been a campaign to bring back Golden Balls, with Facebook pages set up calling for the statue to be reinstated. Grant Adamson said it had become. Oh, I didn't show you the picture of it on the back of the truck. I don't think that when they're shipping it. He said it became a landmark. People were always asking me, when is he coming back? So I decided to bring him back for Christmas. They could have hung a little stocking with cheer from, that little.
Yeah.
Reindeer. Oh no, love. This is a good idea. No. Wait.
Oh, jeez.
No. Wait, baby, come here. Come here. Over there. You're gonna slide into oh my goodness, the slide table. Okay. So he agreed to put the statue in storage in 22, despite disputing the council's claim that it needs planning permission as it's on his land on a trailer which can be moved and doesn't protrude over his property boundary. Posting on social media, many were delighted to see the heroic figure return, with one writing, "Yes, finally, Golden Balls is home, LOL." Another said, "Yay, he used to brighten my day." Grant said it's good for the business and good for the community. It's not for long though, just to spread a little Christmas magic. Kind of like Mr. Hanky, huh? A Wigan Council spokesperson said, "We are aware that a large statue has been brought onto land at Darlington Street East and are assessing whether any consent is needed from the council." On a previous occasion, the council advised the landowner that the statue was in need of advertising consent. It was subsequently removed by the landowner before any action was taken. Oh. So with them. Anyway, they could could have like put a little hat, hung a stocking from it, put a mistletoe on it,
Painted some elf ears.
done several things.
Pinocchio.
Do it.
Painted some elf ears and put a Pinocchio nose on it.
Yeah. Hung like Christmas balls from it. Just to fess it a bit up.
Festive golden balls.
But it's like that one thing makes a bunch of people happy. A stupid golden statue of a man with a little
A little baby wiener.
like a little red rocket.
He's got his cocktail wiener. Vienna sausage.
Doing the 5-finger like pat like he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a trick of the eye. If he's 20 feet tall, maybe his wiener's bigger than it looks.
No, it should be then 20 feet bigger to scale. And it should be like, that's like not even the size of a nut. I mean, seriously. Right? Should that be not the size of one of his nuts?
Yeah, to call him golden balls, he doesn't have very much in the ball department.
So where's the balls?
They're like hid under the twig there, but looks like he has pizza crust for
Are those the balls hanging down like would go down? Is that the balls?
So. They
all right. So then where's the rest?
Well, it must be the wiener.
Oh, that's just hanging in front of. Oh no! Come on!
Come on! Gonna go to the effort of making a 20-foot gold man. At least give him
little baby fountains are bigger than that.
At least give him good twigs and berries. Beans and Franks. Frank and beans.
And this is like a modern day looking dude, not just like some like old Roman statue, Greek statue.
Yeah.
Whatever. It makes people happy. And there's so many other statues, that
it's pretty good size.
Are naked, so like who cares? In this day and age, who cares?
I don't like to drive by and see a baby golden wiener.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if I don't want my kid to be like, look, like giggling.
Daddy, it's a naked American man.
My little girl would definitely be giggling at the wiener like every single time, like.
Oh, you know. Hell, I'd probably be up there taking selfies with it, Although, speaking of selfies, got to check tomorrow. We didn't see it tonight. And I'm wondering if somebody stole it or if it got sold, perhaps. Maybe hopefully we just didn't see it. But there's this really cool looking Bigfoot statue on the side of the road up here. It's not just like on the side of the road, it's on somebody's property. But it's a really cool looking Bigfoot. I'm going to try to go up there and get a selfie with it.
That's awesome.
I don't know if somebody made it or I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the story on the old Bigfoot is.
What dealio
I don't know
is.
what the dealio is, but it's a pretty cool looking Bigfoot. I'm going to go by there tomorrow and see if it's there. If it's not, like I said, I don't know if somebody shenaniganly stole it Or,
I hope
you know,
not. That's rotten.
well, this guy, speaking of weird, do this one real quick and call it a night. This guy, allegedly, this car thief, he got caught and he said, I said, why did you steal the car? He said, I didn't steal it. I was teleported into it. Cops are like, what did you just say? Yeah. Teleported into a stolen car. And I gotta say, this is in Florida.
Oh dear.
A suspected car thief in Florida offered cops a rather odd explanation as for how he wound up driving the stolen vehicle. Teleportation. According to the local media report, the bizarre bust occurred Monday afternoon in the community of Ormond Beach. It's like right in between where I'm at and where Debbie's at. Not very far from here. Not very far from either one of us. There was some bizarreness going on in Ormond Beach. Anyways, police responded to a call about an accident. Arriving on the scene, they encountered Calvin Johnson, who had been driving the now smashed BMW that was quickly determined to have been stolen. When questioned as to where he got the car, the seemingly bewildered man explained, I don't know. I teleported or something. Johnson stuck to the strange story as he continued chatting with the cops, repeating that he teleported into the car. As for now, how such a fantastic scenario could occur, it would appear that the alleged car thief suspected that the culprit was otherworldly, and he marveled to the officers that you saved me from the aliens. Drugs are bad. Fortunately, no one was hurt in the accident, and this ultimately resulted in Johnson being charged with grand theft and driving without a license. And there was a video to it. You can see it; it's on YouTube, and the cops are talking to him, and he's saying he teleported there. And then he talked to a witness that apparently saw this guy get in the car, and they were like, "Did he say anything?" And he was like, "Yeah, he was asking me if I had a light." And I was wondering why somebody that was driving a nice brand new BMW didn't have his own lighter. But anyways, the guy that owned the BMW apparently just left it unattended and had the freaking keys in it. Now, who drives a BMW and leaves the damn thing unlocked with the keys in it? That sounds suspicious in of
Yeah,
itself.
that's a little sus right there.
I mean, I drive a piece of shit and I don't leave the keys in my car.
Fuck no.
Uh,
Damn. I lock all my doors around me and everything.
Yeah, he's gonna have a brand new BMW and just get out and leave the keys in it. Oh, very trusting individual, I suppose.
Yeah, like damn.
But yeah, I mean, hey, I don't know. Maybe this guy really thinks he teleported into it. I mean, and he didn't just wreck it. He was driving like 125 miles an hour. And look at the car. I mean, there's the whole front end's gone. Bet that bitch that owns the car don't leave his keys in his brand new BMW anymore after this.
No.
Uh,
He's gonna make some different life choices after this.
yeah.
He's gonna reevaluate his life choices.
It's like, dang, why did I leave the keys in the car? But hey, I got to give it to the guy. Creativity. Why'd you steal the car, man? I didn't steal it. I was teleported into it.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
The ticket?
Yeah.
I was teleported. What?
Oh wow.
How are they going to not prove it? How are they going to prove he wasn't? teleported.
Well, that's the thing. Like, pretty soon, I don't think they're gonna have an easy time with that.
Yeah. It's funny. I go on these local pages, they're on Facebook and stuff. And St. Johns County, where I live here, has a huge influx of people moving here. And somebody posted today, I saw it right when it was posted, and they were like, "We just moved here. We've only been here for like 2 months. And we went in the store today, and I needed to buy,
It's 11:11.
ah, make that wish. Or 211, depending on where you live. Anyway, they said they went in the store and they needed to buy a little, what's the hell they called these things, that you plug in, USB
Oh
thing,
yeah.
memory stick, whatever. Needed to buy a memory card, and they were like, it was locked up, in a plexiglass box. And it took the guy several minutes to get over there, and then had to unlock it, and he acted like, it was a big deal. And I'm just wondering if everything is like that here. I'm thinking, well, it's a memory card, it's tiny. Those things have been locked up forever. I
Mhm.
mean, it's like,
Always with some sort of a lock, like on the pole, if
yeah,
anything, whether it's behind
something.
glass or not.
Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, get used to it. No. Is everything locked up here? No, it's not. Whatever governor just said, we're not doing plexiglass here. We're not locking things up. We're gonna arrest people for stealing shit, which
Mhm.
I agree with.
Well, that's good
But
because that saves a lot of money on all this stupid security bullshit, and the fact that they're losing money on people like me that go in there and don't even want to like stop and look for makeup because you have to get a person who's like doesn't want to stand there while you're sitting there trying to pick out your colors and looking at like it's supposed to be fun to like get a when you get to buy new makeup, it's like a fun time. And you want to like you're like, "Oh, I get to spend a little money on some makeup." And you want to
yeah,
look at the colors and spend your time. And when you have to stand there with some pissed off person holding like a plastic lockbox,
yeah,
you, you kind of got to like look through the thing first and like kind of guesstimate and then be like, okay, I kind of want to see this and that, and then look really fast.
yeah, yeah. It doesn't make the shopping experience any funner when you.
No.
But yeah, most everything is not locked up here. I mean, you can go to Walmart. All the cosmetic. The real expensive perfume and cologne and shit. Yeah, it's in a case. Because
Yeah, like
people
one
just,
big long case,
yeah,
right?
yeah. But
And
like the
spray
makeup
paint.
and lipstick and all that stuff it's not. It's just on the shelf. The real expensive stuff is, and like little electronics, iPhones and earbuds and all that shit. Yeah, they're locked up. The expensive stuff is locked up, and it's been locked up for years.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
a
this
good.
person was freaking out because the memory sticks were behind glass, and I'm like, oh, this guy is just going to get hammered in the comments. And I put in the comments, I was like, well, obviously you haven't been to Walmart and tried to buy a box of rubbers or some lube because it's all locked up too. Uh,
Like spray paint or anything. Like, what's wrong with you, dude?
yeah. Yeah, here they didn't lock up the spray paint here until just recently, just like within the last 6 months. And I went in there to grab some spray paint a while back, and
You didn't get carded?
I don't get carded, but anytime you buy it I go through the self checkout and it's like sales assistance needed.
Hmm.
They got to come over and make sure you're 18 or older to buy it. They don't card you, but they just look at me and go, "Okay, you're old enough."
Yeah.
But yeah, I bought some slingshot ammo the other day. Same thing. Had to get. I was like, what do I even have in the bag? And I'm like, oh yeah, I got these little metal balls. He said metal balls. But yeah, they don't have any of that stuff locked up. But yeah, if you want to buy rubbers or lube, that's locked up. I'm like, well, people are weird enough buying that stuff when it's just on the shelf. They ain't never gonna sell it now that they got to call somebody over there to buy it. They ain't gonna never sell this stuff.
They're like, yeah, I like that magazine.
These rubbers are gonna have dry rot before they
Oh
end up
God,
selling them.
they're gonna be like, oh dear, like jerky. Oh, Bootsy.
Whoa.
Whoa, Bootsy, Bootsy.
Yeah, food is out of control. Some food is like eggs. Hell, I bought eggs the other day, 98 cents for a dozen eggs. That's pretty cheap, considering they were like $9 6 or 8 months ago.
$7 and $9 for a
Yeah,
6-pack for us out here, or a 12-pack. I mean,
damn.
and
Yeah, I went to Aldi's the other day and got a dozen eggs for 98 cents. Pretty good. I went to Walmart the other day and I bought 60 eggs for $9.
damn.
A carton of 60. And only one of them was broke, which I switched out with a whole egg before I paid.
I got a deal on because what day was it? There's a day there was like no eggs. They didn't have any of the jumbo ones that normally we get. And so I was looking for like the extra large. And no, get off of me after you just did that. Get off of me. And
Conversations with cats.
see, now I'm distracted. No, I just got completely distracted.
Oh yeah, Debbie. When they bring the dogs out here, it's never a good option for the criminal. The cops. I have a friend that used to run the canine division, and he was like, "Yeah, whenever we got to turn the dogs loose on somebody, we kind of let them chew them up pretty good. The dogs need some exercise, right?" You see people that get drug out of the woods, man. Those dogs done tore them a new ass. Yeah, it's Florida, man. We don't put up with a lot of the bullshit that other states do, and I'm glad of that. Yeah, it's amazing what people will try and steal, or not even try. It's amazing what people will steal. Yeah, like my cop friends that I have here, they're like, I saw them at, it was either Home Depot or Lowe's. I want to say it was Lowe's. And I saw them out there, and they had a guy all hemmed up, handcuffed on the side of the car. And later on, I saw him, I'm like, hey, what were you guys doing over at the Lowe's the other day? He's like, oh, man. He goes, the guy was in there stealing shit. I'm like, what was he stealing? Like screwdrivers or something? He's like, no. He had a whole, like, drill set, like, in a big box that he had tried to stuff in his pants.
Oh my God.
It's like, there's no way there's no way nobody's not going to see it, It's like, It's amazing what these people try to get away with. But yeah.
That's crazy. I saw an article where he's like, oh, he was trying to convince everybody it was all him, but the bulge was like some bunch of ferrets or some crap in his pocket or down his pants.
Yeah.
He was like smuggling ferrets.
Yeah, like the guy's like, the cop's frisking him, and he's like, "What's in your pants here?" And the guy's like, "That's my dick." He's like, "No, right here." Yo, that's my dick, man. He's like, "No, that's not." And he's like, "I ain't lying. Stick your hand in my pants and feel it if you want."
That's crazy.
What's this? That's my dick. No, right here. What is this? Like I said, that's my dick. Dude be holding like a can of spray paint in his pants.
The only thing that covers up that cat's ass is those incense.
Ah, explosive butt. Yeah, Darcy and me were just talking the other day. Like, we got to do something because we've been spending way too much money on food. Way too much money.
I have to look into that chicken thing too, the chicken thyroid thing, and see if it's just cats, if it's like dogs, if it's just not true.
Yeah. Well, that's what I had for dinner tonight was chicken with some vegetables.
I want to talk about like animals.
Yeah, what's my food budget? That's the problem is we don't have a budget. We just
Oh, that's the problem.
yeah, we just and you cannot go in the store when you're hungry.
No,
That's the worst. So yeah, I don't know. I just try to buy stuff as needed, but
certain things that you know you need the most of at once, like you get like those things.
yeah. I
And
mean, when I go to the store, like the other day, I went to the store. I bought chicken. I bought a hamburger, and
hamburgers going is so expensive.
yeah, chicken hamburger, cottage cheese, coffee because I was out, and I got the wrong damn kind. Which
Walmart sent me beans instead of ground, and my ticket even says ground. I asked for it, like, and it's the big bag of it.
see, I wanted beans and I got ground. Just the opposite.
But like, I'd rather have beans. Like I was telling her, like if you knew what was in ground coffee, you would actually rather have the beans, like yourself. But I think you just need to get a coffee grinder.
Yeah. See, I went in there the other day with a list, but then I bought a bunch of extra shit. I told the lady, "Yeah, I came in here to spend like 50 or $60, and she's like, "Baby, you done blew that budget." Like, yeah, I did.
I just ordered everything I needed on Walmart, and they
That's what
just like sent it.
that's what she said. She's like, "You need to order everything. Just order it and have it delivered."
I wrote down everything I needed, then I compared the prices to Target prices and realized Walmart was still cheaper than Target on like everything.
Yeah,
And just made my order. Like stuff I didn't feel like going and having to pick up, but it was free shipping.
yeah,
I'm just waiting for my hair color. I got everything else.
yeah. I still pretty much do the carnivore diet, not strict, not 100% carnivore. Like tonight, I ate some broccoli with my chicken. I'm kind of doing kind of, I don't know, between a keto and a paleo diet. It's
Well,
not
the
100%.
carnivore would have had to eat the well, I don't know if he would have ate the broccoli. Never mind.
Yeah. I mean, before I was strictly 100% carnivore, just eating meat, with some dairy, butter, bacon, eggs, and meat. And yeah, I got off track after being in the hospital and eating that shitty food in there. And I had to eat some stuff just because that's all there was to eat. So it kind of screwed me up and I got off track. And then, being home and Thanksgiving and all that, the carbs all snuck in on me. But I've stopped all that again and have started feeling a lot better here in the last week or two and started losing weight again. Carbs are just not friendly to me. And, and vegetables, I mean, they're not all they're cracked up to be either. But I still eat them here and there. I still like eating salad, so I make a salad every once in a while, and I make my own dressing to put on it, so I'm not eating a bunch of sugary shit in the dressing. But yeah, I don't follow a diet strictly 100%. I just try to be sensible about what I'm eating.
I think that's the best thing to do. Is like listen to your body, listen to what feels right, what you need at the time.
Yeah.
And that's what we're made for.
Yeah. So that's my problem, Debbie, is I get in there and I'm like, ooh, that looks good. Ooh,
Ooh,
those grapes look
that's a
good.
cookie. Ooh, there's a cookie.
Yeah.
That's it, Homer.
Need to make a list and stick to it. And yeah, don't look around and don't go in there hungry. Or even worse, don't go in there stoned and hungry.
Yeah.
She'll come out with all kinds of
That's
shit.
like Costco rule of thumb, and not on like sample day. Oh my gosh.
Who put this in my cart? I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Who got all this popcorn and Doritos? I don't eat that shit.
Who got like 20 pounds of all that? Like,
Yeah, how did 20 pounds of olives get in the cart? What? Mm. Yeah, but some of the stuff, man. Phew. Like, if I buy steak, because I mean, I'm still trying to do carnivore as much as I can, and I love steak, but, man, I can't afford ribeyes. Those damn things are expensive. So, I try to find the chuck eye steaks, which is like right, it's basically a cheap ribeye. And they're super nice and tender and juicy and like half the cost of ribeyes. So when I find those, I can usually get two of them for, two small ones for like $10, $12. It was funny. We were in Walmart one day, and we were over there in the meat section, and this lady was like, "Get the filet mignons." I'm like, "What?" I'm thinking I can't afford filet mignons. Those things are like $20 for this little tiny thing, and she's like, "They got them
Holy
all mismarked. They got them all mismarked." So I go over there and look at them, and yeah, they were all like $4 or $5. So we bought like 6 of them. Should have just bought them all. And they were really good.
You got them for the price?
Yeah, that's they were marked down. I mean, they were mismarked. They weren't marked down. They just had the wrong price on them.
Wow, and they didn't notice it.
I went up there and rang them up, and that's what they rang up as. I wasn't going to argue it.
No.
Yeah, because I was in there yesterday, and I looked at filet mignons, and yeah, they were like 19, $20 for this little piece of meat. No.
That's crazy.
And it's funny, like oxtail used to be,
Ew, no.
it used to
You
be
really
super
like
cheap.
that?
It's just cow tail, basically.
I know what it is. I'm like, you really like that though?
It's not terrible.
It's like Jamaican food, huh?
Curry goat. But yeah, I mean, oxtail used to be like cheap. Like, I remember seeing it like a big
Well,
pack.
yeah, that was like the scraps. That used to be the scraps of like soul food and stuff like that was oxtail, the
Yeah.
leftover pieces of it.
That's
But
just
they would
expensive now.
cook it up good.
You get a pack of oxtail, it's like $25-$30. It's like, damn, these are oxtail, not ribeyes. But apparently, it's like the bougie food now, so they jack the price up on it.
I never eat. I never really want to. But I appreciate people that are down with the oxtail. Debbie loves it.
It's like some people love lamb, and I just don't like it. I've tried it 3, 4, 5 times now, and just I don't dig it for some reason. Sam cooked it one time for me. The little lollipop looking lamb chops or whatever, and she cooked it like did rosemary and something else on it, and they were pretty good. But yeah, I got these really nice big steaks of lamb. I don't know. It's been several months ago. That shit was nasty. I just did not like it. Did not like it at all. I don't know what it is. Just something about it. Just don't like it. Yeah, you don't like lamb either? Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. It's got a weird taste to me.
And like I'm Greek, and that's one of our biggest staples of food is lamb, and so I really like Greek food. I like what's it called? Stuff with the honey, the baklava or whatever, and
Yeah.
all little
Yeah.
pastry puffs. But like the lamb, the shish kebabs, all that. I don't want anything that has to do with lamb falafels or lamb anything. Everything else is like really good though.
Yeah, one of the restaurants we used to play at, that my friend owns, it was a Greek restaurant, and yeah, they had all that stuff, euros or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had lamb, and the way she made them. Actually, it was her brother that was the chef there, but the way they made them, they were really good.
Can you do the trash for you then?
Yeah.
I gathered it all by
Okay.
the door.
But yeah, I like their lamb.
Did they
But
have different ones besides just lamb?
yeah, they had all kinds of stuff.
Like
Um,
beef heroes also?
yeah, and they had that one. It's I forget what it's called, sopressata or something. I don't know. It's like a flaming cheese plate.
Yeah.
They would always bring that out. We'd be playing, and they'd bring that out. Like somebody that was had a table next to us. The first time I saw it, like it shot flames off the table. I was like, "Holy shit! The roof's on fire!"
We have a restaurant out here called Daphne's. It's like Greek food. When I was working in corporate office, that's when I learned about it because they're like, oh, we're going to go to Daphne's for lunch. And it's like, oh, wow, this like Greek restaurant. But I ended up going a few other times after that. It was pretty good.
Yeah, they used to have these things. I don't know what they were called, but it was some sort of meat stuff wrapped in grape leaves, and those are
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Is that Greek or is that like Indian?
I don't know. I'm assuming it was Greek because it was a Greek family,
Um,
but yeah, I don't know.
oh, I just scratched an owie off my finger really hard.
But anyways, it is like 2:30 in the morning here. 2:37 to be exact. And I think I'm
My
gonna.
King Dippy Hungry.
I gotta run the trash out to the road.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna run down to my spot.
Oh man, we'll be careful out there.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. Got this new medicine to try. Still haven't cracked the pack on it yet.
if you do, can you switch back to the other if you want?
If they'll give it to me, I don't know. I may switch dermatologist altogether.
Yeah, but you want to get back on that other medication.
Yeah,
And then they'll be like, well, now you're already on this one.
yeah.
I don't know. I just know how I get screwed by like these type of things and how sometimes you have to play certain stupid games to not lose what you really want.
Yeah, I mean the other stuff, Sky Rizzy that was on,
Oh no.
it's not good for you either. But I didn't seem to have any bad side effects from it. But I don't know about this stuff. My doctor was like, "Yeah, if it messes with your stomach really bad, let us know. Or if you have like extreme diarrhea, let us know." And I'm like, "I don't want either one of those." uh, Otezla can cause serious side effects, including allergic reactions, sometimes severe. Stop using Otezla or call your health provider. Seek emergencies right away. if you develop any of the following symptoms of serious allergic reaction: trouble breathing or swallowing, raised bumps, hives, rash, itching, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms, severe diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, especially within the first few weeks of treatment, depression, clinical studies, some patients reported depression or suicidal behavior while taking Otezla. That's what I told Jamie the other day. I'm like, my doctor said, yeah, if you start getting any signs of depression or whatever, or suicidal thoughts, let us know. And I'm like, yeah, or it could just leave you a note, I guess. I don't know. Everything's got all these side effects now. I guess they got to put all this stuff on here. But if you start reading, it's like, geez, man.
Like, yeah, I was like watching TV, and then all of a sudden it was a commercial for it, and the name struck, and I was listening. I'm like, oh my God. And it named like a couple things that stood out as a red flag for Rob. And these are some serious, crazy side effects. Like, shit, does he know about these before he takes in, anything?
Most
I know
common.
Rob checks for this stuff and everything, but I had to send it to him because it was like insane.
Yeah, the most common set of side effects include diarrhea, nausea, upper respiratory tract infection, tension headaches, regular headaches. These are not all the possible side effects with Otezla. Ask your doctor about the other potential side effects. Tell your doctor of any side effect that bothers you or does not go away.
And then it talks about the suicide, thoughts of suicide and all that. Normally, when they talk about suicide, it's like in younger or like older, like a certain age range of patients are more susceptible to the suicide, um, thoughts or whatever. This just says altogether like suicide will cause like suicidal like thoughts and all that, like roundabout whoever's taking it.
Yeah. I don't know.
But it's like the devil you know compared to the devil you don't. And with the Skyrizi, you already know that. And you know that it was working for you.
Yeah, it worked pretty good. It wasn't 100%, but it worked pretty good.
Not enough that you want a guinea pig try something different, right?
Yeah. But I asked her today, I was like, why you want me to try this? You know, I mean, they're like,
because she probably has samples of it and she has being pushed to push that particular one.
yeah, well, they were out of samples, but you know, the other ones got them. But yeah, they're both like doing the check-in. You know, they give you like this iPad thing, and you got to, you know, answer all these questions and check in and expedited check-in. Yeah, that's bullshit. But anyways, there was like, have you taken what's the weight loss shit?
Pezic or whatever.
Ozempic. Have you ever considered Ozempic? Have you considered Mounjaro? Do you take metformin? Have you considered? It was like every question led with a drug pusher thing. You know, and I'm just like not interested, like on all of them. I'm like, no, I'm not interested in any of this shit.
No, I'm not. No, I don't.
But yeah, I asked her, I said, why do you want me to take this instead of the stuff that I know that works?
Yeah.
And she never really gave me a straight answer other than, well, it could have side effects that, may mess with your heart and stuff and blah, blah, blah. And
So is this, and this so far hasn't caused me any, and we don't know what the other one might.
yeah. So it's like, okay, if I just have torrential diarrhea and I want to kill myself, I'll let you know.
Treat me like a guinea pig to where my body has to like totally readjust its makeup and everything else to like accept this other medication. Every single time your body has to readjust to the new medication. That's what they don't understand when they keep just having us change stuff up. We have to adjust and then like
And this is
prepare and get ready for it again and then readjust.
like a starter pack. It's a 14-day initiation pack. It starts at 10 milligrams, then goes to 20 milligrams, then goes to 30 milligrams. It's like you can't just start out, with the high dose because, yeah, you'll definitely shit your pants. So you got to like start out at 10 milligrams and then slowly ramp it up.
Why do you shit your pants?
With like if I was just to take 30 milligrams right up front, yeah, I'd probably shit myself.
But I mean, what makes you shit yourself?
Whatever's in this stuff, I don't know.
To help make you lose weight?
Well, they said one of the side effects is weight loss, which, hey, I'll take that, but I don't want to lose weight by having the shits for 3 months.
No.
So we'll see. Yeah, Debbie sent me something I was gonna try. I was gonna make it, but I gotta order the.
Offer, so.
What's that?
She says, "Don't off yourself, Rob. Rob's not gonna off himself."
Yeah, exactly. Well, anyways, enough of that. Got to go to my new heart doctor tomorrow. Finally have an appointment with the cardiac doctor.
Thank God, it's about time. Oh my gosh, it feels like forever.
Going to see Dr. Crisco. It's like, why do all these doctors have these names like Crisco? Dr. Lard. Dr. Crisco. Anyways, we'll see how that goes.
Good seeing everybody.
Yep. You guys all have a good rest of the week, and we'll catch you next time on Weird Wednesday. Y'all come back now, you hear?